There was just a community and a school that gave so much to me in a very important and crucial part of my life. And I always had the thought of coming back and just volunteering or spend a meaningful gap year between college and whatever the next step is, but to give back to a school that gave so much to me during such a crucial point in my life.
Early into my senior year of college, it became apparent that I needed some time to step back and take a look at where my talents are, where my vocation was, what I wanted to pursue later on in life. The Alumni Discernment and Volunteer program was very appealing because it gave me an opportunity to do something meaningful and unique during this year off, but also gave me the chance to discern what I would like to do next, to take that step back that I needed and look at myself, look at the world around me.
So coming out of college, or coming into my senior year of college, I had a lot of questions about my vocation. I wanted to study theology, I wanted to work in a high school context, I thought. Part of me really wanted to be a Jesuit, part of me wanted to get married. So the discernment aspect of the program was a real draw for me.
And it's just an opportunity to reflect as to what is important in my life. How do I make decisions as to who I am and what am I called to do?
They're also extremely invested in where I'm going from here. So am I going to go to grad school? What are my career options? We have meetings about resume building and networking. We have professional contacts that we can call on for advice or for potential job opportunities. When I applied for this program, part of the reason I wanted to do this so ardently was because Ignatius is a school that is so committed to faith.
So the Alumni Volunteers come to the house twice a week. They come on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they share Mass, and then we have a social before dinner. And it's the time for them to get to know the Jesuits, interact with Jesuits, and tell us about what they're doing during the day, and they get to hear what we do during the day as well.
Maybe one of the most surprising joys of the year has been the work environment at the Ulupe House. What has been really great is how supportive the staff has been of the volunteers, because none of us have really any experience, teaching grade school kids.
So without the Alumni Volunteers, our programs would be very difficult to function. They provide the teaching in the programs every day and the support for the kids and the high schoolers, and it would be very difficult to sustain the programs that we've built over the last 10 or so years without their help.
They make almost every single day of the day really fun. We do activities, sports, some learning. I learned a lot of stuff here. They inspired me to come to Saint Ignatius.
I see these eager young minds, these enthusiastic kids, putting their best foot forward as I put my best foot forward, and I get to see their interests being further explored and blossoming into something else.
Managing the St. Joseph Arimathea Pallbearer Ministry is a huge responsibility for us. It's just a very beautiful service to provide for someone. The funerals that we serve at are usually very lowly attended, very small funerals, so being there is it's an intimate thing. You see a lot of tears, there's a lot of emotion. I'm always amazed at how our presence is so greatly appreciated. Going to so many, you realize how a funeral is really a good reminder of the hope that we have as Christians, that death is really just a homecoming.
I think it's pretty cool to have them here because they're able to understand us as students, like our classes and all that, and they're able to relate to us more than maybe someone who was here 20, 30 years ago was able to.
Just having them on campus, they're kind of like the role models. They took a year out of their life to be the volunteers that they are, and without them I don't think the Ulupe activities are possible because they're the ones that do all this stuff behind the scenes and get everything organized.
Every day is focusing on service in one way or another. I've seen parts of Cleveland that most people never get to see. I've met people that most people might just pass by on the street and never know anything about. And I've gotten to work with people like this every day. I get to meet them, I get to learn their stories, I get to interact with them, help them learn, help them grow. And I think that's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that I get to leave here just with that new view.
We have our hands in so many different kinds of work. We're doing direct service, we're under bridges, sharing meals with homeless men and women. We're lesson planning, we're running programs with urban kids.
Yeah, they're an incredible gift to the community in terms of being able to be kids who sat in these chairs and just 4 years later come back and want to share their experience with the students who now have inherited their chairs, and to serve as role models for kids and examples of the prayer for generosity, this whole sense of giving and not counting the cost. And they're here to share not just their talents but also themselves with not only people in need in our community but also with our students. And it's a tremendous gift. So that's how I see them, as gifts to our community.